Hey guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV. This is where you get all the news concerning Manchester United. So guys, we're going to talk about the latest transfer news as far as Manchester United are concerned. We all know that Manchester United are busy in the transfer market looking for quality players to boost the squad ahead of the new season, which starts on 17th of August against Arsenal at Old Trafford. After a difficult season, I think the club wants to back the manager with the quality players to at least boost the performance and push the club from 15th last season to top 6 next season. That is the target for Manchester United, according to the latest rumors we saw on the social media being reported by some media outlets that Manchester United are targeting a top 6 finish in the Premier League next season. And this won't just happen overnight. It won't just happen but the club just sitting down and expecting magic from the manager. We all know the problem with Manchester United last season. It was all about the players. If you look at most of the games that that we lost last season, it was based because of players. You can't say it was because of the manager. I know at the end of the day, the manager is the one who is always sacrificed. But when you are being fair, in this case, Manchester United's case, you won't talk about the manager. If you are fair enough, you will say that if you give this manager this certain kind of players, it can do wonders. Because I remember most of the games where United had chances, but they failed to take them. If you compare to their opponents, they took their chances, and that was a difference. The difference was in that United had chances, but they failed to take those chances. So the club promised Ruben Amorim that they were going to back him this season or this summer, and so far only one signing have been completed in the name of Matheus Cunha, 62.5 million pounds from Wolves, the attacker, who I think is going to replace Alejandro Garnacho. That is not only what Ruben Amorim wants. He wants another midfielder, attacking midfielder. He wants a central midfielder or a CDM. He wants a striker, and well, I think also he wants a goalkeeper, because in modern football, the goalkeeper also plays a lot in your performance and also deciding results. If you watched Real Madrid versus Pachuca in the Club World Cup, Thibaut Courtois, I think, won the game for Real Madrid. If not for him, I think Real could have lost the game as well, because he had some heroic moments. He saved Real more than 3 times against Pachuca, and Real, the attackers also did their job, scoring 3 goals. So this is what we call a football team, whereby there is a working partnership between the players, the defense, the goalkeeper, the midfield, and the striker, in the striking department, that is. But for Manchester United, you find that sometimes they concede easy goals that makes you question yourself, like, how is that even a goal? Why is that a goal? How did Onana concede that? How did that defense concede that? How did Haaland miss that? How did Garnacho miss that? How did Zexze fail to shoot that with power? You ask yourself this kind of question after 90 minutes, and I think the club needs to back Ruben Amorim in a way that he will not complain when the season starts on the 17th of August. Because I tell you what, in the first 5 games for Ruben Amorim, it's going to be fire, because he plays Chelsea, Man City, and Arsenal in the first 5 Premier League matches, including Fulham and Burnley. So it is not going to be an easy ride for Ruben Amorim in his first, I can say, 11 games where he plays even Liverpool and Spurs. So it is a tricky one, and for United, I don't think playing big boys is an issue. The issue has been playing these young teams. I can't call them small teams. I call them young teams because in Premier League, no team is small. I call them young teams. The teams outside the top six. Yeah, in a more respectable term, I can say teams outside of the top six. United have found it difficult to win against teams outside top six and under Ruben Amorim, and I think that could be figured out by these signings. United signed Kuna, and now the breaking news yesterday, reported by Fabrizio Romano, also confirmed by Sky Sports News, is that Manchester United have officially submitted their second bid of over 60 million pounds to Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. Remember, Mbeumo scored 20 goals last season for Brentford, and I think it was in the top five of most goals scored in the Premier League last season. This tells you why he is in demand. Scoring 20 goals playing for Brentford is a great achievement, and the addition of Belmo and Mateus Cunha, I think, is a good one because they have the Premier League experience. Yeah, so they all need time to adapt as opposed to many players who always come from other leagues, the Premier League. They take maybe a first season, maybe a full season to adapt. But for Mbeumo and Cunha, they don't need that time to adapt because they know they've been here. They've played here for more than a season. So remember, United submitted their first official bid from Bryan Mbeumo on 4th of June. It was worth 55 million in total. That is 45 million fixed plus 10 million in add-ons, which was rejected immediately by Brentford. Since then, 4th June, there have been negotiations between Brentford and Manchester United regarding this deal, with Spurs also emerging as in the race after appointing Thomas Frank, the former almost former manager at Brentford. So there have been rumors that maybe Spurs can steal this signing from Manchester, but Mbeumo was clear. He has been clear from the first day that he wants to move to Manchester United if these two clubs could agree a deal. So that is why it gives Manchester United the room to negotiate without panicking because the player is on our side. He wants to move to Manchester United. We don't need to convince him to move to us, for us because he wants to move to Manchester United. So that's why I think it has taken Manchester United, I think, 3 weeks now. At least it has taken them almost 3 weeks to submit a second bid because officially yesterday, over the weekend, that is, they submitted a 60 million bid, over 60 million bid, and the negotiations are now going on, and it is believed that Brentford are going to accept this bid, and United wants to complete it before the 7th of July. Why? Because the pre-seasons officially starts at Old Trafford on the 7th of July. United expect the first batch of players to return to training on the 7th of July. That is 2 weeks from now, 13 days from now, and they want to complete the signing of Bryan Mbeumo before the 7th of July. This means United, they want Mbeumo and Mateus Cunha to be available in training with Ruben Amorim as early as next 13 days. This is going to be massive because I can't remember the last time United went in preseason with more than one signing. Last season it was Leno Yoro, but he was injured in the first game against in the second game against Arsenal. So I didn't see so much of him in preseason. That is for Leno Yoro. So this season we could see Mateus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo possibly as early as the first week of preseason. And remember, United, after it is believed that after finishing or after concluding talks with Brentford, for Bryan Mbeumo. It is believed that United will now be focusing on selling players because they need to sell now in order to sign. Remember, United need to sign a striker. It is believed that they are in for a new striker next season. So the signing of Mbeumo and Kuna does not stop them from signing a striker. But for that to happen, there's going to be a sell before you buy. And the players to be sold are Alejandro Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, Anthony, the likes of maybe Hoylund. Yeah, but I'm not sure about that. But all these are the players that I think now United needs to consider in terms of selling them in order to buy a striker, because United need a striker. They'll be linked with number of players like Gihores, who prefers to move to Arsenal, Osimhen, Eketike, Eberechi, or rather Moise Kean of Fiorentina, Mateta of Crystal Palace. I also saw some news about Oli Watkins of Aston Villa. So all these rumors are circulating, but at the moment, the deal to sign Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford is in its final stages. United are pushing to complete this deal in the next 13 days, and hopefully the second bid they sent over the weekend, over 60 million pounds, will be accepted by Brentford. The personal terms are not going to be a problem because Mbeumo wants United's move. So immediately the bid has been accepted. It will come for medicals. Yep. Then officially announced, and here we go. Mbeumo will join Manchester United. At the moment, I think it is 85% done. The Mbeumo deal from Brentford to Manchester United. I will be keeping you updating. I'll be keeping you with the latest updates regarding this transfer. But I believe that finally we are approaching the end game regarding the Mbeumo transfer saga from Brentford to Manchester United. So guys, another news that caught my eyes yesterday was allegedly there's an approach, or rather there's a new rumors circulating between Chelsea and Manchester United regarding a swap deal involving Christopher Nkunku and Alejandro Garnacho. This was according to the Telegraph. I'm not sure about the credibility of this source, but it is something that has caught my eyes, and I can see a lot of discussion around it. Nkunku to Manchester United, Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, swap deal. My review, or my observation on this deal is that I think it's baseless, and I know it's a rumors, maybe just made the athletes creating rumors, or not to, because anything involving Manchester United will get more reaction, because my take on this news is that signing Nkunku will be one of the most unnecessary signings we've had, because I talked about an necessary signing that we have made in the last 5 years. The vendor big signing from Ajax was unnecessary. The Mount signing from Chelsea was also unnecessary. So if you're going to sign Nkunku again, that is going to be unnecessary, because Nkunku is like a CF, and we have Zirkzee. See that? So you're telling me that you are going to offload a winger and bring in a CF, and you have a CF as well. So one of the unnecessary signing, because we need the cash. Apparently, Manchester United have slapped 70 million price tag on Alejandro Garnacho. That is the asking price. Yeah. So I don't think United will be looking for a swap deal that is involving Nkunku. The only swap deal I think can work maybe if they decide to enter into a negotiation with the Napoli regarding a swap deal concerning or involving Garnacho and Osimhen. And Nkunku Garnacho swap is just baseless and should be ignored. I don't want to see any United fan page talking about this because I think it's baseless. There is nothing to talk about here because Nkunku is 27 years old. Garnacho is 21 years old, if I'm not wrong. And he's a young player, although he has an attitude, but he's a good player. And we should have at least 50 million from him this season. If it was Brentford selling Garnacho, it would have been 80, 90 million. So Garnacho Nkunku swap deal is just baseless and should be ignored. I don't know where the Telegraph got this from, but they should take it back where they got it from because this is just baseless and unrealistic transfer. But if it was to happen, I think it could have been a disaster because where is Nkunku going to play? That means if we sign Nkunku, we ain't going to sign a striker because we have Nkunku now. No striker. And Nkunku, his record at Chelsea is not bad, but he's not reliable. Yeah, he's more like a injury prone. At the moment, we want players who are available most of the time, like Bruno Fernandes. So I want fans to ignore this kind of rumors. Nkunku Garnacho a swap deal cannot happen. Garnacho is going to be sold, and United have placed a price tag on him at 70 million pounds. So United are targeting around 55 to 70 million in between in order to part ways with the Argentine forward. Guys, I want to talk about something I saw last 2 days about Alejandro Garnacho. I know he has attitude issues, and that is why he's going to be sold. But I don't know why the media took this serious. And now it is being talked about. Alejandro Garnacho wearing Rashford's number 9 T-shirt and posting it online. I remember it is an Aston Villa shirt. What is wrong with that? I've been asking myself the question: what is wrong with that? Patrick Dogu was pictured in training with IS Roma T-shirt. Yeah, Patrick Dogu was seen in training with AS Roma T-shirt. I haven't seen any media outlet talking about this. Guys, these players are in pre-season. They can wear any shirt they want. Maybe is maybe a play for Manchester United, and I have a friend of mine playing for Liverpool or maybe Barcelona. I can put on his shirt. There is nothing wrong with what Alejandro Garnacho did. Remember, Rashford played at Aston Villa last season, half of the season. He joined Villa on loan in January. So it is not that he wearing the shirt with as Rashford's name at the back, and Rashford did not represent Aston Villa. That could have been a different case, but in this case, Rashford represented Aston Villa on loan. Garnacho just putting on the shirt. Maybe Rashford gifted him the shirt, and you can see the Rashford's comment on the post as well. I know Alejandro Garnacho have attitude issues. He almost fell out with Ten Hag. Ten Hag, I think, after falling out with Ronaldo, David De Gea, and Sancho, he didn't want to fall out with another player, so he decided to cool things down. But for Alejandro Garnacho, Ruben Amorim doesn't take any prisoners. He wants him out due to his attitude, and everybody saw that with Ten Hag. We saw it also with Amorim. So for Alejandro Garnacho, his case has been finished or completed or concluded. He is going to leave United at the end of the season, or by the start of the season next season. he is going to leave Old Trafford. That one was confirmed. But now, the media trying to create something out of nothing because he plays for Manchester United. It's absurd and it is uncalled for. Now I see a lot of debate. Garnacho. Oh, guys, come on, guys, don't be petty, don't be petty, don't be petty. Wearing a shirt on holidays, it is not a crime. Guys, don't be petty. Even though Garnacho has attitude issues, for this one, it is being petty now because I don't see anything wrong with that. I first saw Dogu out trending on an AS Roma shirt. I didn't see the name on the back, but it was an AS Roma shirt. I see several players training on the opposite shirts. This is prison, guys. So even though he's leaving, he has attitude issues, and this is not something to talk about. This is being petty now. So, guys, Mbeumo 85% done. Nkunku Garnacho swap just can't happen. Ignore that rumor. And I think we are going to be more busy now in terms of the exit. And as I said, watch out on Garnacho, Anthony Rashford, and maybe Højlund and Andre Onana, because United now need to sell before signing, and we need at least two more signing: goalkeeper, striker, and maybe a CDM. Thanks for watching, guys.